The Qatari capital of Doha plays host to the 2016 UCI Road World Championships. The desert heat means that the 8-day event takes place a few weeks later than its usual September slot. There was perhaps some discontent around the decision to bring the Worlds to Qatar, but the Gulf state has become a permanent fixture on the cycling calendar, with the men's Tour of Qatar running since 2002 and the women's since 2009. With the race set to step up to World Tour level next season, along with the Abu Dhabi Tour, the Middle East is cementing its place in the cycling world. The parkour was a topic of discussion for some time, with a specially built climb or a section of cobbles put forward as possibilities. In the end, the organisers opted for flat courses, but it won't be straightforward, with the wind likely to play a major role. The later date, along with the Rio Olympics in August, means that it's been a very long season, and there'll be plenty of tired legs. The date might be different, but the format remains much the same, and the competition will kick off with the team time trials. It's the only discipline reserved for the trade teams, with Velocio SRAM and BMC taking the titles in 2015. There's a slight change to the men's competition this season, with no World Tour points available and only a select group of World Tour teams racing rather than all 18. Both men's and women's teams will be battling it out over the same 40km course, with a technical start and finish. Velocio SRAM folded at the end of last season, but BMC will be among the favourites to take the men's title for the third year running. Following the team time trials is the individual competition. Almost all of the individual time trials will be ridden on the artificial island known as the Pearl, on what should be a tricky, technical course. The junior women's event kicks things off on Monday, racing the 13.7km course just once. The junior and under 23 men and the elite women will all do 2 laps of the route. An added section to complete the circuit brings the distance up to 28.9km. 2013 champion Ellen van Dijk will fancy her chances in the elite women's competition, as will America's Carmen Small. The elite men are the only ones to leave the Pearl in their 40km test, using the same course as they did in the team time trial 3 days earlier. Multiple time trial world champion Tony Martin has had a mixed season, but the course suits him and he should go well. Tom Dumoulin and Rohan Dennis will be strong contenders, with Jonathan Castroviejo or Marcin Biablocki potential wildcards. Traditionally, the Thursday of the World Championships is a break from the competition and a chance for the riders to recon the road race route. They'll have to do it in the morning, however, with the under 23 men scheduled to start their race at midday on the Thursday. The junior men and women will race the following day. All 3 events will be run over the same Pearl course as was used in the time trials. The 2 elite events will take place over the final weekend, with the women's event up first on Saturday the 15th of October. Lizzie Armitstead goes in as defending champion, but the parkour doesn't favour the British rider. The Dutch lead the way with overall favourite Kirsten Wild, backed up with Chantal Black, Olympic champion Anna van der Breggen and multiple world champion Marianne Vos. Australia's Chloe Hosking is on form, as is her teammate the Belgian Jolien Dora, who recently came out on top at the Madrid Challenge. The route begins west of Doha, with a short trip around the edge of the city, before 7 laps of the Pearl circuit. Closing the week of racing is the men's road race. The men's peloton will begin in a similar place to the women, but will then head north and out of Doha, before doing an about turn and finishing with 7 laps on the Pearl. The general consensus for the road races is that it will end in a bunch gallop, but the riders will have to keep the potential wins in mind. The flat nature means that it'll be a fast and furious race, which will give those that wouldn't traditionally be able to match the pure sprinters a sense of hope. A surprise attack, if timed correctly, could also upset the form book. Current world champion Peter Sagan is in with a shot at retaining the title, but there's some strong riders looking to take it from him. Germany goes into the race with Andre Greipel and Marcel Kittel to choose from, although the former is the nominated leader. Mark Cavendish, Michael Matthews, Caleb Ewan and Nasser Buhani are all among the riders tipped for a medal. In total, 10 competitions will be contested over the 8 days, with the winners earning the right to call themselves world champion for the next 12 months. Victors of the individual competitions will also take home the fabled rainbow jersey.